坐在那里呗，你要坐在那里。
Yeah.
对啊，我就等着你这个签名上场。
Good afternoon, pages. I'll let you guys see the book. Here is she. She's a patriot, and I remember the Fox News, the Carson interview her. I hope you guys remember her. Yeah, we are waiting for some people still on the way. We will start soon. Yeah.
都是而且是积极的右派是吧？哎，
一个是米歇尔，他是基督徒，还有就是我嘛。
你说4本呢？其他你这2个就
其他的2本就是我要送，他们要送的。
那我就不签了。
就不签你的名吧。
就签个名，
就签个名。
Yeah, she will introduce herself and the book, why she wrote that book, and in a minute.
Thank you so much.
Sure. 谢谢希姐。
咱们是同一个战壕的战友。
就是。
认识那么多年啊，我知道你那个时候写书，对吧？
我根本都不知道怎么开始，是吧？
对啊，那个时候。
就是 no clue。我讲。Guided all the way through。
你记得那个时候？
我怎么记不得？我不是我想写书是怎么弄？完了你说当时去找那个看那个徐。哎呀，我简直是就有这么一个愿望，要写书，从哪开始？真是。
对。
一抹黑。
对。
重写，写完了以后怎么出？全部给我安排好，全部安排好，真是这样。
是的。
miracle。 我拿着这个书以后，我自己又把它从头到尾读一遍，我不知道读了多少遍，写出来嘛。但是拿着这个就不一样，感觉真是不一样。我说这是不是我写的呀？啊？
他不喝茶。
我记得你给我谈了很多啊，一开始是找那个提供素材的人，我还帮你找了2个，
对，
还有那个
就是完全我这是什么？
还有跟谁合作
啊？
对吧？
对。
哎呀，
后来
上帝帮助你。
对，真是这样的。我后来我问那个，我跟人家聊天啊，有一个Fairfax 那个他也是也出了些书，他就跟我说，他说80%的人呐，就说要写书，开始写书了哈，最后都放弃了。他说你真不简单。我说 Really？ 我说我从来没想到要放弃，因为我写书不是说我要想出版一个书，我要怎么，我真是一种使命感，我就是没有一天说我不写，而是说怎么往那写。
Probably I'll interview her. Let her talk.
我知道你要说什么，但是 I'm almost there, but not yet.
我没有。
I know it's really a miracle.
Yeah. 对。
你，sorry.
Yeah.
你现在能不能讲一讲？我能不能 interview 你？
可以啊。
讲一讲 ，OK 就是你为什么 I let her use English, she speak English much better. 你为什么会想到要写这本 ？Why you have the idea to
Yeah. I always say that I'm an accidental activist. You know, I know what's going on in America is the history repeating, history of the Chinese Cultural Revolution. So that's why I joined the conservative group, and that's why I went to the school board to speak and to tell them that the CRT they are pushing is the Chinese Cultural Revolution. But that's what I thought will end there. I never expected that eventually my speech went viral, and then I found myself in the spotlight of media and of other conservative Americans, and many of them invited me to speak. In the process, I met so many concerned parents and so many Americans who just want to understand what's really going on. And they asked me, do you have a book? Or are you going to write a book? I heard so much of it, and eventually I realized I have to do it. And in an interview with the former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, he told me, you should write a book. And that I really took that to the heart. So, but I doubt myself. Never thought I would one day write a book. And I just talking to my friend Ding Yong, and I went to him. I went to everyone, and asked for help and asked for information. And I just asked for guidance. And you know where the guidance is from. I'm not a Christian. I'm not even religious. But I think I'm spiritual. I think the guidance is from above. And it took me a whole year, and I get the book down, the manuscript down. But even then, I'm still in the dark. I don't know how to take the next step to have it published. Again, all I can say is everything is arranged. So I was able to find a book agent, and she quickly found a publisher, and a very reputable publisher. And then everything is history. I've been working with a team of professionals, and yeah, so finally it came out October 31st. And when I hold the book, I really have to say this is all miracle. And I'm just glad that God chose me to be the voice for people like us, the Chinese patriot who experience communism, who understand what American is going through and where it will lead to us, leads us to, and it's destruction of civilization, destruction of this great country. So I'm just grateful I'm able to do this. And this is really a book about the parallels of these two cultural revolutions. And the goal is to help people to understand the nature of what we're going through. And I hope people will really get inspired to not just sit there and complain, but really take action. And that's how we save America.
Yeah, thank you. Pages, if you have any question, you can leave your message. She really happy to answer your question. And you guys can ask some question, talk to her.
Why do you have a question? It's very emotional.
I know you went through a lot of interview lately.
Yeah.
Even so much, then you just, I just saw your videos, your interviews anywhere, even more so than 1 year ago. So, how do you do you see any dynamic change? I really,
Absolutely.
This nation needs that change.
Yeah, yeah. I will tell you the change I've seen. I came out 2021. So in June, I went to school board. Okay, and then I start to have interviews by the media, and I start to use the word communism. And a lot of people told me, don't use that word. People think, people think about communism, they think about Cold War, they think about the Soviet Union, which is no more. And I just say Marxism. I said, okay, but here's the problem. To us, who come from CCP's China, we were taught Marxism, socialism, communism is all the same thing, isn't it? And it is communism. So I keep saying that today. This is a word and that you hear often. And so even the new House Speaker, Mike Johnson, said that in his speech, Marxism and communism. And he continued to use the word in his interview. And actually, I met Representative Mark Green in Fox News studio a week ago. And he recognized me, and he knew about my book. I was so impressed. I was like, well, and I said, I'll send you a book. Could you please, I send you an extra copy. Could you give the book to our new speaker? Because that is exactly what we're dealing with. Marxism, socialism, and communism. So I do think that more and more people really started to realize what's going on is not lefty going crazy. It is absolutely communism. I think that's your question, right? So, and I think once people realize what's really going on, I think we have a chance of winning the war. Because you can't fight something you don't understand. And once people understand this is communism, I think more and more people will get into the fight to save America. What kind of discussion? I know that this is not just my observation. You see it too. You understand. That's why you're involved. So I just happen to be the voice. And I'm just so feel blessed.
I just want to let you know your voice is so much needed and so much appreciated, especially among Chinese community. Yeah. We are shy, we are so shy. Yeah, we used to be self-censored, we shy to express ourselves. But I think you start a trend. I see more people on the field, mainly from Chinese community. We do whatever we can, some people still cannot step out their comfort zone, but they are trying. You know, including me, including everyone.
Oh yeah, you have been in the front line, and I always say that everyone has a little circle of influence. You may not, like I was just. It's all accidental that I somehow found myself on in the spotlight. But we all have a little circle of friends, family that we have influence over them. And that's what we should do. We start small, you know, talk to your friends. And I'm so appreciative people hear about multiple copies for their neighbors, for their niece and nephew, and as present.
Yeah.
And that's is going to help a great deal. And because those people, after they read my book, and I tell everybody, this is not the book that I wrote because I did some research, that I just, you know, went through a lot of historical material. It's something I witnessed, it's something I went through, lived through, and that's what they left were told, that they only believe in lived experience. So shut up and sit down and listen to my lived experience. So I hope that the people that you give copy to, that your friend, I think after they read it, hopefully they will say, I did not know this. Of course they don't know because they never taught the history. And hopefully they will share with their circle of influence. And that's how we wake up America. We have to wake up America, the Americans, before we can save America.
Yeah, we have some pages, they have questions.
Oh, really?
About, yeah. They found some one page, Patebonza. I don't know how to pronounce it. Say, wow, that book just barely came out in Amazon. There is a question here. Rebecca, what would she recommend that Americans do to refuse or reverse Marxism?
Yeah, how? Well, start by reading my book. That's because you have to understand what is Marxism, what Marxism do, what does it do? So that's what the problem that we have today is because for generations, for decades, Americans were never taught what Marxism is all about and what communism is all about. So the school kids, no matter how poorly they were educated, they know about slavery.
Yeah.
And they know about Nazi Germany. Yeah. Few of them know anything about communism. That's today. Few people will claim themselves that they support slavery or they support Nazi. But there's so many young people call themselves communists. Yeah. Because they thought communism is all about sharing, about caring and sharing. So that's the problem. So the first thing is read my book, understand, and that's really a requirement. You can't fight something if you don't even understand it, and then you have to take action. And I did tell the story how I got involved, and you can't just stay home and fight Marxism on the couch. You have to get out, and you get out by participating in local politics, participating in your kids' education, or your neighbor's kids, or just kids' education. Go to school board, hold the school board accountable, and know what they're teaching, and that's how we take back the country.
Yeah, thank you. And also thank you, GPAD. You gave a very good question. And another question is, does she think Americans are confused as what communism is?
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah.
They don't know. I said that most of the kids think it is caring and sharing. It's not. Okay, if you want to know what communism is about, I tell you one word. It's control. Control of everything, including your mind. And that's actually the most vicious part of the Marxism and communism is control what you can think. And then it's already happening here. Look, the kids.
Yeah.
Their mind is controlled. They don't know what's right,
It's-
what's wrong.
It's being controlled without knowing it.
Without knowing it. How you control, you don't know. That's how you control. That's exactly what happened to me, to many of us,
From China.
living, growing up in China. We're taught one truth. We're taught one version of everything, and that's party line. And that's how they control us. And I just tweeted something today. I thought it's kind of interesting. In China, they control the access of information, right? You just can't even get to it.
No.
Yeah, okay. But in China, most people understand that you can't trust government. Most people, and some will even go as far as take the risk of using VPN, to access information outside. They know that they can't trust the government version of the information. Now, how about here? They also control, but not by access. The information is there, but they control by framing the issues. So they control the narrative. So the people voluntarily stay within the frame.
Yeah.
Right? It's right there. They can just go cross that border and access the other side of the information, but they refuse to.
Yeah.
They volunteer to stay there. They volunteer to be controlled. And that is the danger. Yeah. Even though you can still access the information from the conservative side, they don't go there. They don't even go there. And nobody forced them not to go there. They were indoctrinated and conditioned so much. They voluntarily not go there. They volunteer to be controlled. Agree, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Can you talk? Do you have more questions?
They all say thank you, nice, smart. Yeah.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
on point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And also, I think American and non-American, especially young people, brainwashed very badly from the school, from the medium. They don't know the truth, because they're controlled by the left.
That's the key, so that they don't know.
Right.
Yeah, you have a.
Yeah, actually, just I think I echo what you just talking about, the children, our next, this country, the future lay on this our so-called the kids, the education.
Right.
I think can you draw a parallel between what happened in China in regarding brainwash the younger generation versus what we have here? You see.
Actually, I'm going to talk about something that you understand. When I talk to Americans, they get confused. Okay, think about 反右运动. Think about the anti-rightist movement, which was 7 years after the CCP took over the power. 1956, 6 or 5 years, 6 or 7 years after they took power. Think about what happened in that campaign. In universities, especially in Beijing or Tsinghua universities, the students put out 大字报, criticizing the CCP. The CCP. And they demand what? They demand free speech. They demand that end to one-party control of the government. Very interesting. And of course, most of them were labeled rightist and sent to the gulags. And why? Let's fast forward to 1966. That's 17 years since the CCP took over the power. What happened then? Same thing, right? In schools and universities, they had 大字报.
Yeah.
What happened this time?
Antifa.
Can you translate that about?
It's called a big character poster. It's just a big piece of paper you wrote
Put it on the wall. Yeah.
on the wall. It's kind of social media today.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people, a crowd can read it. Okay, so they were during the Cultural Revolution, the Red Guards 大字报 was to denounce what? Denounce those in control, right? The power, the reactionary intellectual authority. 资产阶级反动学术权威. They are against those because what? Because Mao said they were the new they were the new enemies. So I want to compare this. Okay, so in 1956, those college kids had education before CCP. They had some traditional education. So if you go to college and say 19, okay, and you had like a middle class, the middle school education before CCP took over. So you had some traditional value, you had some teaching of the Chinese civilization. So they still can think and see what happened in Cultural Revolution, 17 years. That is a complete generation. Brainwashed. They absolutely brainwashed. They can't think anymore. All they can do is follow Mao. Mao can just give them any order, they will just carry it out. No thinking. That is the power of indoctrination. Do you think it makes sense? I don't know whether
We lived through it, so we know it.
Yeah, but no, to compare, make this two. And then fast forward again. Fast forward the pro-democracy student movement. What happened during that time period? Information, right? They have access of information. And then when China started to open, and I already left China by then, but I am part of that generation. And we know that we were told lies. So that's why they have 大字报 again. And this time is again as against the government lies against Marxism and communism. So I think that tells us how important it is to have total control of school and indoctrination. And then that's what happened after 六四. They have a new way of controlling information. They have a new way of indoctrination. And today, I think we're going back to the Cultural Revolution. Kids can't think. They cannot think. They don't know Cultural Revolution. They don't know the Tiananmen Square massacre. They know nothing. Same thing repeating. So I think that's so interesting to say.
I think the way I see it is pretty much aligned with what you just mentioned. For instance, get Bible out of school.
Yeah.
And they can denounce the founding fathers, right? All this, like in China, you just mentioned, like it's Cultural Revolution.
Yeah.
We it's like Mao has a special method to get people fight with people.
Yeah.
Like a fight, has them fight with.
Like here, just like here.
Just like here, it's like one of the. I cannot mention that.
Okay,
Yeah. So it's happening. It's
it's a political persecution now in America.
Political prison.
Political prisoners, absolutely,
Yeah.
And political persecution of the people that disagree.
Welcome.
Here is sorry. Here is a messages say, Rebecca, I just posted this on YouTube, and they just removed it off YouTube. Wow, we need President Trump.
Yours?
The follower, my follower, posted this on YouTube, but YouTube mobile, take it off.
Just
I asked who control the YouTube. You guys, do you know who control the YouTube? Yeah, so someone suggesting say, invite this lady to Freedom Corner, let the live streams, because we have the 4 or 5 channel over there every night. So
This?
yeah,
They censor this?
let them spread out everywhere. So you can
If they censor it, it's a proof that I'm right.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask you why you picked this title, Maos America.
Yeah.
You just explained what happened in China.
It's happening
over
here.
time.
Yeah.
And then, when people understood that, then they look at America, that's exactly
Yeah,
the Maos America.
And I say what's happening here is Maoism with American characteristics.
Right, meaning?
有美国特色的毛主义。
That's right.
That's exactly what it is. Because, Mao is the only one in the communist country had this cultural revolution. And so it's absolutely, everything Mao tried in China is getting implemented here.
Americanized Maoism.
Yeah,
That could be another name.
yeah, Americanized, yeah. Yeah, this is, yeah, it took me a long time to find the right title, because title is so important.
Right.
If you have not so, I think this is the eye-catching title. And so I found this, I made this title early enough, and I have trouble with subtitle. And it's too long, and it's back and forth and back and forth. So my editor come up with this, and I think it's great.
What is the subtitle?
Survivor's warning. Survivor's warning, meaning, okay, I claim this,
Yeah.
but my claim is from my own experience, because I survived it.
Yeah.
So I think it's just amazing that we come up with this title. I think this title is great.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yeah. Or if you say it too long, Cultural Revolution in America, I don't know. Would go back and forth, and I thought this is really, and I don't know whether you know, there's do you know Christopher Rufo? He actually is the one. He made CRT, critical race theory, a household term. He was the one that have been fighting against it, and he brought this to then President Trump, and said they're doing the CRT training in the federal agencies and departments, and Mao and Trump suspended anything with CRT training. So Christopher Rufo is the one when I think about Christopher Rufo, I think about CRT. But anyway, he just wrote a book and entitled America's Cultural Revolution. And I read it. It's really good. And in my book, chapter 4, I talk about Americans, Marxists. So his whole book is about my chapter 4. So I think that if you read, after you read mine, also need to read his, America's Cultural Revolution. So they talk about, he talk about all those communists, Marxist radicals in America, and how they really created this revolution, as going back to the 30s actually. So this is something that a lot of Americans ask me, and I think you know better. They ask me whether the woke, all the stuff came from China. I think you know why. I think, yeah, CCP always have some kind of an influence over the lefties here, but this is a really American cultural revolution. All these Marxists come from America. They're not imported from China. They come from the institutions such as Columbia University. Columbia University should be called the headquarters of American Marxism and American communism. It's all started from university. Yeah. And also in my book, I talk about in the 60s and 70s, while we were having our cultural revolution in China, across the ocean, the Americans will also have their first cultural revolution, and it's called counterculture. That's important to know. It is something at the same time, two cultural revolution is going on, one in China, one in America. And that, of course, had connected with the anti-war movement, the Vietnam War movement. So after the war ended, the movement somewhat kind of died, but it did not really die. Those people did not give up. Those people, the 60s radicals, become professors of universities, and they are staging, they spend all this time staging the next comeback, and that is 2020's Cultural Revolution. So it's a continuation of what started in the 60s. Are you going to continue?
Yeah.
Then I have to keep talking.
Take a break. Let's take a break.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Yeah.
谢谢你来。
哎，不客气不客气，我就也是住在这儿附近。
哦，你是走路来的那人吧？
哦，不是走路。
哦，有谁？
我的朋友还没到。
啊，你到。
我们要来2个人。
哦，谢。是谁把那个你的名字和那个你呢？当然知道是右派了哈。你给的那个是哎谁？
送朋友了。
先把这个中文写成
哦，他在家里。
I think a lot of Americans, they don't know what's happened in China, the communism, socialism. So she did a very good job to tell the truth about that. I hope American people can wake up.
其实你看，我们还有教会委员长，有一个他的太太，
只有5块钱，
也是
应该少你3块钱。
虽然呀，这是他们都是
我们俩属于这个。
你在新北叫什么？
我不在这里，我是在另外一个地方看见的。
啊，是吧？
但是我看那个不会，徐老师，徐老师我在推特上经常
看到哦，
然后刚从某一个群里头看说今天有一个开始。
哦，我在到很多群都发了。
Thank you, Mama Jane. Thank you, Matt.
什么学词都出门。
And yeah, I'm going to invite her to DC Gulag.
右派
你可以写上去。
照这个就是
不然的话，左派
我们是那个只能做女生的。
Yeah, hope Elon Musk can buy the YouTube. Yeah.
说靠我们这些人的力量，那些产品。
Yeah, actually, American people still sleeping.
所以他们越来越实际在事儿。
Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, Lala. How are you?
所以这次我们在会有后续，一定有会。这个数字都是可以 determine， 因为我们自己在那里做的嘛，至少你可以说 close race。
You Mohan is a YouTube boss. To tell you the truth, I am running a YouTube channel. Actually, it's Chinese. I speak Chinese. I got blocked many times. They took off the video. And actually, for the Chinese channel, controlled by CCP.
就我的名字写一本就行了，我一本把它说再聊。
我写你的那个拼音算了，拼音。
对。
我不会写拼音，我拼音一塌糊涂。
Oh, thank you, G-Pad. You said very good. You give a very good idea.
那我就写日新。
为什么我这是第一？
我经常看到你的推特。
谢谢。推特实在是，推特是现在是最有效的，就是而且还把那些左派也拉进来，跟他们两个辩论。
Yeah, I'm going to buy this book to give my pastor. Yeah, great idea, Japan.
有人建议说，让他们渲染他不是基督徒，他渲染他是
你说那个推特，我当时开始的时候我还找丁勇，不知道怎么说，哎呀，我说希望有人帮助我，给我 idea。后来就现在就成了 wild，
对，反正每天都看看。
每天都看。那我不知道你是什么那个就是推特号召。
我没有自己发，我只是看。
我知道你也不那个不发言哈，你不发言。也行，就是 like。
潜水。对
like。有几个中国人的发言发的挺来劲儿的，
是不是？
谢谢。
先生好，多谢。
谢谢啊，谢谢。吃点东西吧，要不要？
我不吃东西，我还刚好还要去买点东西，所以。哦。
真是非常感谢。
对。
Yeah. There is a suggestion here. Here is a suggestion. I recognize that she is not religious. However, would she consider speaking at neighborhood churches and educating us? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah. It says they know you are not Christian, but they suggesting you to go to church.
Oh yeah, I do.
To tell them the truth.
I know. I've been to many churches. I was invited to many churches, and there was a chapter in my book talking about religion.
All right, that's good.
Read it, and you understand that I said Christianity is the only way that we can save America, because America is built on Christianity. America is built on the Christian principles. In order to save America, we need Christianity.
Great, thank you.
对，最近还有一个。
还挺热的，这。
就是热，我跟你说，我开着门呢，开着门都还在热。
今天是到4点半是吧
？4点半，对，到4点半。
Preach the gospel, thank you.
人力不忙的时候，等我回
Preach the
来，
gospel, yes.
回来以后我们聚一聚，好不好？你也来，
我也
好不好？
还可以了，我现在不忙。
啊？什么时候？Black Friday 那天，然后19号回来，就是过圣诞节。
Thank you, Jibai.
我先生不让我这个鞋子不在家。
就是呀。
我说你看我过完30天才走的嘞。
Black Friday 这个 season 呢？
对呀，就是，所以过节的时候我们就回来，过节之前我回来，好吧？然后我们这个过新年的时候过来一下，好吧？
哦，他问你有没有那个？
你太太一个人。
有人问有没有外边？
他老是有事，而且
有没有
在外面，
他可以卸。
他要照顾家里。
你有
对吧？
我没有。Twitter the best is Twitter. X.
我提早跟他说，他就来。如果是
就打这个名字。
今天的事，昨天我跟他讲，他是而且我能够出来，一定有他的 support， 一定有他的 support， 对不对？
对，那就好。哎呀，我看你那个跟那个破的事情忙得我，我就不敢叫你了，看你太忙了。我也太远了，还有一个呢，我又出去旅行了，给我一个
没关系，没关系，我们各自经历，大家都是。
对。反正我跟徐这边是。
No,
X 大家都是没有一个只能做自己范围里能做的事情。
F L E T。你上过 Twitter 吗？不怎么上。
我现在就是上的少了，因为最近很忙。
我现在就是把他这个搞完了以后，我就基本上不上 不上
微信不上
我就不上了，你基本上就在推特上。微信是为了帮他读
Pages
书嘛。
will be
中国的这些那
stop
你现在
here
说我说
because
你怎么知道的？我以为谁敢通个信，
我在到处
they are waiting for another group to
他就
go.
把我，他说
So
你怎么把我的书拿到微信群里去看？
I'd love to
我说是
welcome
啊
you too. Yes, thank
微信
you.
还是最方便的，但是
不
确实
是中国人喜欢用，
确实
你发的中国人的
Yes,
微
thank
信
you.
对呀对呀对。
反正我发的都是给川普的群里。
哦，都是川普群里面是吧？
微信还是微信，
也是微信，
对
但是都是支持川普的这些群。
他也是，但是反正是哎呀，我肯定是没办法。
没有，我发了一个
人家报名了
那个四川老乡群，那个群里面人挺多的，300多人。
但是那里边很可能很多人说
很左派的，我就是故意发到里面去的，
你
知道吗？然后就没有人出声，还好没有那个群主没把我踢出去。
还有人在湖北的群里就很爱发这东西。
哦，是不是啊？
对，你只要一发，人家马上群主就警告你，
哦，这样
不允许发。
不允许发什么？
他任何带有政治倾向的都
他都不允
可以发。
许发，是吧？
其实根本就以前，选举的时候发一些民主党和共和党区别什么的，都不行，都马上就说你再发就踢出去了。
他踢了革压以后，人家都不参加他的那个
但是我们还是我们如果有可能的话，还是要发，因为要让大家中国人有个从众心理。
但是
如果我们一直这样的话，就是永远因为这个。
希姐，你要不要用英文讲一下在哪里能买你的书？
因为我
Where can go the
我
book?
3年前就是那种。
你在那个稿子下面找个
你讲一下
链接嘛。
你
It's
讲
anywhere books are sold.
每个人都有可能一个时机一个。
Anywhere, if you just Google
但是
the title of the book,
但是这个
it will take you to Amazon,
哎，我有
Barnes and Noble,
然后你出去了
Walmart,
就更没办法
and
在那个福星
Target,
里面
pretty much anywhere.
他就帮我踢出去
Oh
了。
yeah,
Yeah,
good.
but
Thank you.
I really hope that those ordered from Amazon, please leave a review. That will help to make it more popular and more people will buy. And that's what we need. We really need more people to read it. And my book has been ranked as #1 seller for communism, socialism, and another category is political freedom. So it's getting a lot of attention, and that we need more attention.
Yeah, thank you, She. Yeah, thank you for all the patrons join us. We will see you. I will invite She to come to a Freedom Corner. See you later. You have a great day. Love you all.
Freedom Corner.